other side of me. The other side of me.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a special day because it's the first time for the other side of me to have a mother and a son tandem. And it's not just an ordinary tandem. I'll tell you why. Our guest for today is a Senior Agrarian Reform Program Officer, and she is an acting supervising administrative officer. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Sheila M. Mondragon.
Good afternoon, Miss March. Good
Of
afternoon,
course.
everyone.
And of course, the one and only, nakabaw ko nga, ma-proud si Ma'am Sheila, the son, Dr. Jonel Nino M. Mondragon. Hi,
Having me,
Dr.
ma'am.
Of course. This makes me very excited, but first of all, thank you. It's really the first time for us to have such a good tandem as this one. What is that one word that you can describe about your son, Sheila?
The best.
Why the best?
It's actually, I don't know how to put this into words without sounding a little bit boasting about it. But the thing is, even before my husband was still around, we always talk with each other and we always say that it's music to our ears when people, mostly people who are acquainted with us, tell us that we have a very good son. Uyo na gani ang mga tao, Miss March, nga buutan kay mga anak yung isa man ang ninyo. That's the best compliment you can get. More than anything else, that is the best blessing that God has given us.
It's maybe because he is a good prince because he was raised by a queen. Do you believe so?
I'd like to. I want to.
Okay, Doc. What's that one word that you can describe your mom?
Superwoman.
Why superwoman? Oh, I love that.
Because literally siya yung tanan. For example, especially sa kang papa nga, yung work is as a seaman, most of the time, naara siya sa luwas. Both roles as a mother and father, iyang i-take over. Mismo si papa, maingon nga, believe daw siya sa kong mama. Kay yun sa niya pag-juggle niya, nag-work against mama. Nag-work niya. Everything she does is, makaingon niya amazing ba? Pero makaingon ka nga, yun sa mga balance. Nakaya man yung tanan niya. Pag-raise up the two kids na ngaling
As wonderful as
wonderful as
this.
good pa. Kanang makaingon dyan ko nga, kuhan dyan ka ng amazing right? Mara yun natin marunong
Amazing
as a
superwoman.
mother, yes.
Are you expressive? Are you expressive with your emotion, with what you feel at home? Doc.
Open me, actually, with emotions, ang kulay disagreements, na maging namawag ng kuhan.
Okay, that's part.
Yeah. Ako dyan i-express, like, ang istoryahan kay lain man gud kung dili ni mo mura gud siya kung sige ra siya fester dito nga dili ni mo i-address nga issue. Mas mo dako mo gud nung mas may at first pa kanang naay kay mura gud disagreements na kay mga kahiubos mo na lang i-open up.
How do you feel that, Ma'am Shi? Di ba during our time, di pwede mo tumba, di pwede mo say sa opinion. So,
Yeah, I think,
during the old times, di ba?
yeah, I
How
know
do you
that
do that
Miss
with,
March.
with
Because we grew up in a situation, in an environment like
different,
that.
yes.
Yeah, pero i-adapt lang siguro, and I think it's more of the fact that my kids, I have to, and
Say hi
this one
to the one lady.
Hi, Shaila. Anak, I wish you're here with us.
Yeah, we wish.
And going back to that, maybe it's the fact that, like what he said earlier when we talked with each other earlier before we went on cam, it's being more on disagreeing without being disagreeable about it. Mag-discuss lang. And then sa amo sa balay, Miss Marge, we are so abundant with affection. We don't scream on I love yous. We don't scream on hugging, expressing how much we love each other. Until this time, I still hug and kiss him.
That's so wonderful.
Yes, maybe it's one of those things that contributes.
You're
to
a cool mom.
He
She is.
She is.
She is a cool mom. How do you feel when you heard it that you are a superwoman for them?
I have often heard it from him and from my other daughter that my daughter rather,
Yes.
that yeah, they call me a supermom because I think it comes from the fact, it stems from the fact na good nga kanang number one is I was able to raise them properly, and then they hear it often from other people that they're being praised for what they have become, and then also given that the reality also that I have almost single-handedly raised them because of my husband's nature of work. But then again, every time my husband comes home, uh, it never came to a point, Miss Marge, na pariha sa uban nga OFW nga igabot ang mga bata, strangers sa ilahang father. It never happened to us. Even when gagmay pa ni sila, bata pa ni sila, igabot ato niya, ang uban na usually mangila man na. Kaya wabaya sila din hapon
Eksara.
time. Oh. But my husband never experienced that. Sa ila, igabot niya, mudugol yun na sila.
Why was that?
Because growing up, sa baby pa ni sila, we have a very big picture of my husband sa hitboard na mo.
Take note to all those who have kind of
Yes, yes. Actually, this really works. This really works, and I strongly advocate this kind of practice for most of us whose husband are not around most of the time. The only way to make your children not feeling alienated towards their father is to keep them exposed to their father all the time. Bisan sa pictures lang. Every night, di na pwede matubak ang mga bata o di na sila mag-inom. Good night, Papa. I love you, Papa. And then face that on the picture.
The credit goes to you.
That's what my husband
What?
said. Yeah, that's why kuwan kay ko siya, thankful kay siya sa yung nga sitwasyon na I was able to do that to the kids. Mana, nagdako sila. Mas case na sila.
This one though, I know you're very close, including the crushes. You will tell your mom about it.
Yes, actually.
How do you tell your mom about it? When you like someone,
Direct to the point, like mga cute, example, cute nga classmate sa kuan.
kulot ko. And then,
Maingon ako, pero maingon na sa kong mama nga, ano, crush naman mga nang admire sa ko. Kay, sad man ko daw ang goal for now, kuan gid nga. Ato nga time nga, napo ko sa school, yes, to be a doctor, license gid ko. Kay,
so, love lives.
medyo kuan siya,
Side
backseat sa
line.
siya,
Backseat
backseat
lang
sa
siya.
siya.
Isa ka pwede sa front seat. Si mami lang hindi pwede. So, it's like that though.
Actually, dili man, yes, for me pero I can't speak for everyone. Ila-ilahi man gid uban.
But that,
Yeah, pagka kay source of inspiration mas actually nice man singay na kay Kuya. Especially if supportive yung mukhang yun. Nice if siyang kay kwan mo. Na kay goal nga with her.
how do you do that when you like that girl so much, but you have this goal that I want to become a doctor?
Actually priorities na gid for me kay damong kay kanang goals kay goes back to goals na gyapon nga. Na kay timeline ba or na lang kay murag di man ingon strict nga timeline nga rigid yun, pero na kay goals nga imong giset ba for yourself. Then murag sa ako is dili man siya, not necessarily distraction ang uyab, but sa good ka na ganing
You have to nurture it.
yeah, you have to nurture it and then you have to invest time ang good.
Yes.
Yeah, lisod kay
That's
pareha na
your
sa
machine, no?
medicine, lisod yun siya ikuan balance nimo ba. Yeah, sa source of disagreements pa, source
Oh,
of
sa
disagreement
makin bad.
okay.
Oh, di ka
Medyo
study.
lisod ba, so itong ano lang sa anak ko subi. Pero I have friends nga kanang babae, pero wala kay kumuingon nga ang uyab.
So, is it safe to say that you have that someone that got away because of your goal and priorities?
Siguro, yes.
Kinsa ka?
Yeah,
Kinsa ka? Sige, the one that got away, really po.
yeah, pero I think for me, kay Kawan, good ka nang sa akong mindset ko kay mabot rin na, mauro na sa ko is, mabot rin na ang right someone for you. If you just believe nga, pray lang yun. Para sa ko is, prayers mo ganun important thing. Put God above all else lang yun. Especially, kana, with love and career, everything that you do, God yun. So, it helps me nga murag makalma ko ba kay example daghan kay kag what ifs ko nga wala pa ko'y investment pa gyapon ng relationship niya murag wala pa gyud ko start but I know God has someone out there for me. So, alright.
So, magtanaw siya ron.
Correct.
Di ba we have that feeling magyud na that she that we own ourselves. Namang feeling pa nga, pero ito ray rhyme na no para sa di ba that feeling na nangigi ka?
As of now, Miss March, wala pa yun kay he never came to a point nga
Bringing
naanay.
something-
Yeah. Though, when he was in med school, there were few instances nga
Sige, ito yung listo si Doc.
It
Sige,
told
sige.
me, actually, he was the one who told me
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. I would never know because I never snoop into their affairs. They actually tell me about it out front. And then, gingnan ko niya nga manay, nani nga mga babae, nani. I see these people, I see these women, pero what gid mo abot sa point nga na-feel na ako nga,
Kompetensya taka.
yeah, as a mother, I am still the mother. And
And still the queen.
I am still the queen. Whoever the princess will be,
I love that.
whoever the princess will be, good luck. And actually, Miss March, going into the serious side, that's one of the deepest and most fervent prayers that I have with God to give my kids, Janelle and Shyla, my daughter, somebody who will love them, who will love them sincerely, and hopefully, like us, like their dad and me, puro buyag ba okay ang relationship? That is what I really pray for every day. Every night, I talk to God and tell Him, that's one of the things that I really ask from Him. Please give my kids the partner that they deserve.
Panindot out ito.
Unoriginal.
Already ka. Now this one, Doc, this makes me curious. How do you find time to sleep when you were still a student?
Actually, kana lisod jud siya pag-balance, especially with the studies and
The 8 hours sleep.
Yes. Ang 8 hours, the ideal 6 to 8 hours sleep na to. Luxury na gina sa med student, makaingon jud ko nga labi maabot na kag third year, fourth year, which is the major na nga mga subjects. But with kuan ba ya, biyag lang nakalusot ba ya maka-find time ra gyud ka makatong sa bisag
Tug sa daplin-daplin.
tug sa daplin. Especially actually kuan na it all boils down to time management sa yung imong pag-manage sa imong kuan ba. Kay usually, for example, daghan kag exams for the day, for tomorrow or for the next day. Ako usually akong i-balance kung example duha ka subjects. Ang usang subject ang i-study kagabi. Di mo gyud ako makaya kay usahay mura gani masapawan ang akong i-study ba.
Tinuod.
So ang akong style is it's either kana mo sayo kog tug akong i-study ang first subject in the evening the day before and then sayo kog mata akong studyhan ang next nga kuan. So madara man niya makaya ra ba yun pero di gid siya malami. Labi na maglungan ang exams. Ana lang pray na lang yun.
Was there someone, Doc, that you na inspiration ni mo siya nung nag-medicine ka?
At first is daghan actually pero akong lolo ug lola gid sa mama side yes kay akong lola actually was the one who in her kaning times nga katong medyo kuha na siya medyo luya na gid taon iyang parting words yun ako is pag-med yun pag-doctor dyan kay kaya nimo
Ay kangayan ka ikaw.
ayan sila
Maginay ang words.
para kung nitatak dito siya sa akong kaya ang isa to siya ka big factor nga nung nag-med sa dito
O nga nakasurvive ka?
kaya nung nakasurvive sa ko actually sa akong lola ug lolo po na naana sa States na ako'y one to both doctors sila so naka-inspire po na ako nga kaya na siguro mag-doctor siguro.
When you found out that you passed the board exam, you are a doctor already. Who found it first? You? How did you?
I was driving actually.
How did you find it?
It was funny, Miss March, kay wala bitaw gyud ni ga-anticipate nga kato ng adlaw.
Na mo resolve.
Wala gyud sa mo no. We were together because that time nag-sale ang usa ka big mall nga ni sa Cebu. And then I had to
Shopping
buy
ka ba?
I had to buy lots of things that we need at home. niya, timing naman kay sale, lagi mag-iwat ta sa mga discounts. So we went there, and then we went pa mga around 8:30 in the evening. He was driving, and then my phone rang, my cell phone. Pagtubag na ako, akong usa ka kauban niya. Ni credit to Mr. Yi, kasi yan yun nanawag na ako. Pagtubag na ako, yun siya. Hello, she. Congratulations, doktor na si Junel. Ha?
It was in loudspeaker.
No,
Oh,
it wasn't.
So
It was
he
very
didn't
big.
hear it.
Yeah, wala.
Oh.
Like,
Wala, and then I turned to him and, because my initial reaction was, I just said, pagtarong niya, Mr. Yi, hindi ko binuang ni Mr. Yi. Wala, lagi, doktor na lagi. I turned to him and I said, nak, doktor na ka na.
iyarag reaction ako nakita ko. No, sir.
It was really
What is
funny.
happening mo?
I lost all my composure at that time. And then after that, pagbutang na ko sa phone, ring na sa niya ang phone. Na sa nanawag, ganing congratulations niya. So, may ko, ano to, ulit ko. Wala dyan, tinood na dyan. That was the time that we found out. It was funny kay, coincidentally, pagpasarsad niya sa PT, pagka-license niya sa PT, ga-drive sa siya.
Meant to be sa car yun.
May tubig ko sa sakyanan.
Oh,
try.
sakyanan yun.
Nito
Ay, tutanan.
ang tutanan. It was really funny.
Okay, I know that you had a good life because your husband worked as a seaman. So, and that's really a fact that seamen provide, di ba, when it comes to finances. But life is not all about roses.
No, it's not. Definitely, it's not.
What was that struggle that you had?
Lately, my husband and I, our love story, a life story rather, goes back a long, long way. We were together for, I think, more than 40 years.
40?
40.
Wow.
Yeah, because my husband was my best friend when I was in high school. We started off as best friends and then transcend into lovers.
So wait,
and
so you were best friends.
yes, we were.
Who fell in love first?
He.
Kasi ikaw, wala ka ni Dem.
Actually, Miss Marge, dili yun na sa pagkuan. He knows that. He knows it from above. Kay, I even had a very difficult transition from being very good friends to having a relationship. It was a very hard
Doon sino
for me.
paghibawangan, higong mo na yung best friend mo.
Katawanan kay na siya
Ano
because he felt so awkward about it. Kay he cannot say it outright. Kay bago siya nga unsa mi ka close nga friends. Grabe, everybody knows how deep that friendship was. We were in fourth year at that time.
How
But
did
from
he say
first
it?
year up to third year, we were close friends. And pag fourth year, wala siya kagwan.
Puta! So how did he say that?
Uso ba yan sa ato sa una ang mga birir-birir?
Yes.
Oo, mga birir-birir. Di ba, sir? Sa,
Oh, may cellphone.
No.
No cellphone yet.
oh, wala yung cellphone, wala may makatabang,
Oh,
may
yes.
chat, may message.
Wala
Ikaw, John,
yun, oh.
mag-isog ka. The
So-
first one was he told our very close common friend that he's feeling something not necessarily friendship anymore to me. And then that friend told me,
And what was your reaction when you knew it?
nisigag yun ako mata. Kasi, what? Agad yun. Anak yun. Hala, anak ko ni anak pag yung ka forgive the word. Hala, ipabaliw man mo. Anak ba? Ganang something like
You know,
that.
during
Bitaw.
that time, there was no feeling then.
For me, sa ako, wala June Miss March. It was more on friendship yun. That's why what happened was, I was pressured by very close friends. It was more peer pressure that I had to say yes to him at that time, but not necessarily coming from my heart.
So the time when you give your yes, it was not a yes like it came from there.
Yeah, sadly yes. And then that was already, we were already graduating in high school at that time.
That you fell in love with him.
Yeah, it was already in the, actually it didn't happen overnight because when we broke off, when we had a relationship, we were already graduating from high school at that time. And then we went here into the city. We graduated in Buguman, sa Buguman ni. So pag-abot diri city, buwag mi, si siya San Carlos ko. And then he continued to pursue me at that time. We were already together at that time, but ako wala, binibjud pa na ko kuan kaayo nga into
Siya
a
lang.
relationship. Siya lang. So likay-likay ko,
Gusto niyo
likay-likay.
pag-realize na wala, hindi mo alam.
We broke off. We broke off.
What did that made you realize?
Yes, after that point nga nagbuwag me, because I told him point blank nga, I really need time. I really need space.
Is that true when people say, I need space?
Even at that time is March, it's not even space. I don't even know that space thing yet.
Oh,
It's
I'll
only
ask,
now
I'll ask
that
Doc first, ha? I know you're not into relationship, ako na kayo have yung gulo, but do you personally believe when people say, I need space?
Sa akong mga kaila po, I have
Yes.
friends nga na actually need space with yung sa ato karon cool off ni term na cool off they need to find themselves siguro or something like that murag sa kadugay nga
Sige,
months,
mukuyog.
pero may mukuyog ba murag
Napulaan
lost
na
yourself ba murag mo na ilahang kuan daw man na explanation mo
Oh,
Pero-
you need space.
yeah pero actually nasa yung mga kailangan nagbalik po after sa cool off
Oh,
Like,
after loving
Yeah.
themselves again. Sige, ma'am, kita. Nagmula nag-perspective sa batanon, ha? O, so,
perspective na po
sabi-
sa
Oh,
hangtong.
oh, hangtong batanon. Sige, ma'am, Shante.
Monto nga, pag first year na ko college, I was already exposed din sa city. Unya, medyo na usab ang kuan ka na.
Yes, kadaghan mo din
Oh, murag anak, tinuod yun na.
Sige.
Tinuod yun na. I won't deny that.
Ah.
So I
That's
told
part of
him,
life.
yeah, that was part of our life. So
Then,
we broke off for a while. And then, the thing is, siguro tungod sa closeness na mo, tungod sa friendship na mo, nga, sulit mag-foundation na mo relationship
Yes, that's
because we
3 years.
started off as
as close friends.
close friends. Pag-graduate niya sa college, nag-una man siya kay ang BSMT, 3 years naman ang ika 4th year, apprentice naman. So,
una
graduate
siya.
siya pagka 3rd year niya. I was still in San Carlos. He asked a common friend to fetch me pag-graduation nila, kay pati nun di ko niya. Even if we are
Did
not...
you go?
I did.
And
And then, that was one of the turning points in my life because I suddenly realized that what we had, I can never have with others.
What did you realize that? When you were looking at him?
Not
Wearing that,
necessarily.
You looked at him when you realized that?
No, it happens murag nag-anam siya og ang realization was nag-anam og abot because I had my share of suitors at that time and then mura bitaw may
Kumpara mo.
mo suffer in comparison because I was treated like a queen by this person
Yes.
and then princess naman ko sa uban.
Yes! Oh, hindi man ako. So
And
you
that's-
realized that?
Yes, I realized. And then we had a reunion when he graduated and we had a reunion sa among high school na batch. Kay nag-reunion man mi. And that was the turning point. Dito mi nagkabalik to ha because we realized he never went into another relationship after us. Although ako nakakausa, but it was not serious also. Then we just realized that we look for each other.
How did you tell me that after all those years, it was him that you loved?
Frankly, I really told him outright about it. Wala akong mauwaw Miss Marge. I just told him.
What was his reaction when you told him that?
Katawa. Katawa yun siya. Minto gigit ka.
Kilig ko siya.
Oo, kikilig siya.
Oh, yan ang
Kikilig siya
ipapayag.
niya. Ako siya gignanin siya nga. Kay mo ko. It just so happen nga na nakita na ko ang qualities of your qualities that are not with the other people. I can never be in a relationship with someone else beside me.
Doctor, this one though, you have this sumbanan na relationship ba? It was very working. Do you still have that standard? Do you look from when you were young?
I think mo na siguro sa sa ka-factor nga no wala pa sa iyo
That's what I'm supposed to say!
Yes, kay usahan siya sa kanang nakakay standard gani nga makita. Dili man ingon nga like identical you exactly.
Yes,
the same,
yes,
but
yes.
somehow naa ma-pattern nimo ba yung giyon sa
Yung sa pag-treat sa dad,
sa
sa
pag-treat
mom.
ba. So nana jud kay for me nga if nakon kita nga babae jud ko that is how I will treat her.
Ayun, that standard ba mo yung naging ano, Mommy, you said that standard, Mom, and that will be difficult. But I'm sure that one lady nga who is meant for you, she is very lucky.
She is.
Oh,
She
kaswerte,
is.
no? Karang wala siya. That's one reason why siguro wala ko into a relationship because I have this standard. Eh. Kada ko de-grow sa ginikanan, no? Dako jud kay grow.
Dako jud.
Oh,
Dako jud.
nga.
In fact,
Yes.
if it's added information, our youngest rather among daughter, siya karon lang na siya naka-relationship sa karon lang last year, no? Like last year anak. Kay she finds it very difficult to find somebody who can meet her standard. Kaya matanong niyang papa, kaya matanong niyang brother.
Oh, tinuod no nga. Hindi mo na daw, I'm not very good in Filipino but I'll try. Hindi mo na daw hahanapin ang pagmamahal sa labas pag may labis na pagmamahal sa bahay.
Parang ganun talaga.
Uy, ang husay ng Filipino!
Ang galing!
Ang galing! Happy lifetime! Kung sa imong gibati, no, ay pag-ingon ni Doc, muna usa ka rason na siguro di pa ako mabuti o di pa ako kapitag sa akin because you have set this standard.
I have told him time and time again, kay giingnan gyud ko ana niya. Siya nga, murag mag-research siya kay mangita siya sa akong personality on the women that he met along the way. So I told him na there's no such thing as pareho na personality. Lain-lain din na siya personality, but I trust that God will give him the best because my son is very prayerful. Grabe kay ni ka kuan sa iyang prayers. Mas kuan ni siya. In fact, I can even say that my son prays more than I do. Even if I'm a very prayerful person, mas grabe siya. Grabe mo pray. That's why kani bitaw nang itabo the graces that we receive now, especially sa iyang pagpasa kuan. Dako gyud kay na feeling gyud na ko Miss March, it's divine God's intervention. Kay we went through a very difficult phase in our life at the time that he was reviewing. And yet, the odds were against us, the odds were against him, but God was so good.
If it's not too much to ask, kind of people will get inspiration from the both of you. What was that odd that journey na tayo when he was reviewing?
Yeah, my son started his review around October last year. October 20, we had a very big blow into our lives when we received notice from the agency that my husband was attached sa iyang work as a seaman. And then in fact, it happened when I was in the office. It happened around 12 o'clock. Ring akong phone and it was an unregistered number, and then when I pick it up, ang ingon niya is that, anong dano siya, is this Mrs. Sheila Mondragon? I said, yes. Ma'am, this is Miss Joy from UNICE. UNICE is the name of the company. So, I was thinking all along that it was because my husband is due to come home because he was about to finish his contract. In fact, he was overdue already. Dugay na kayo siya nga dapat muuli, pero wala lagi ipag-uli. Why makarilipo? So that's what happened. And then, ngayon ko sa iya, yes ma'am, can I do for you? Excited pa kayo. Kaabin ako. And then the next few words that was uttered to me, mo ay naka-shake with kayo sa ako. Okay, the first one was, are you in the office? So I said, yes, I am. Why, man? And then there was a clap. Oh yeah.
So you have that gut feeling when there was applause.
That was when I was
Your
so
instinct as a wife.
yes, as a wife. And then when the following words pa yun, niingon pa yun siya nga, is there somebody with you? May kasama ka ba? May kasama ka ba po? So I said, why? What happened to my husband? It was the very first thing that I said. What happened to my husband? Hindi siya nagsalita. Sabi lang niya, i-assure niyo po muna ako na may kasama kayo. Wala na. I was already, wala na yun ko. I was totally out of the world. And then, a good thing that I still had the presence of mind to give the phone to one of my closest friends here. Nagsyagit ko, tubagan ninyo ang phone, tubagan ninyo ang phone, tubagan ninyo. Yuko, ano sa ko, galing ka, syagit na ko. Even our director, our good director at that time went out and hugged me because I was really hysteric, into hysterics. So,
And then the other line said,
they were the ones who talked with the president of the agency, and I saw the faces, I saw the facial reaction, I saw the gesture, everything was telling to me that there is something that really happened.
and then,
And then, ang last ko lang na narinig was that hindi na ho kasi siya lumabas, ma'am, sa room. So, kailangan na naming sirain yung pinto. Pagpasok namin, ma'am, nakita po namin siya na nakalugmok na. Yun ang last words that I heard, that I don't want to hear anything anymore.
So what's the reason?
Massive myocardial infarction. It was
What is that,
massive.
Doc? Pag-explain natin sa doktor.
Kung in layman's term, heart attack.
No, okay.
Massive
And
heart
then-
attack.
and then how siya?
Massive heart attack. So, that was it. And then, after that, I was hysterical outside. And then, Sir Art is a very good friend of mine. Gikuha ko niya, gipasud ko niya, dili ko niya gipakuan. And then, gipakuha ang mga bata sa balay.
How did you tell them?
It was one of us, my office mate, who called them up. And then, naluoy pa jud ko. Kay ang pagkasulti dahil sa ilaha, gingnan sila nga, kanang ariasa ninyo inyong mama, dali mo dali ariay inyong mama. Without elaborating further.
So they were thinking,
They were
because
thinking it was me who had a problem at that time. So pag abot dire na sila na kay mama ila ng papa, and
how did you tell?
I just said na si papa. And they knew because I was already, it was all over my face. It was all over my face. And then when they learned about it, I am just so blessed that my kids are very strong. They put my interest above theirs. They know that I needed them. I needed them so much because ang fact magud siguro, Miss March, that is very hard for me is that just like what I've said earlier, 40 years of being together, and then suddenly it's just a snap of a finger, everything is gone.
So what's your realization when you think of it that this is not?
Up until this time, there is only one thing that persists in my mind. Man proposes, but God disposes. Tomorrow is never assured. It's never assured. So for all of you who are watching us right now, cherish what you have because you never know until when will you be able to savor these moments. If there's one thing that I learned about all these things that had happened to us, don't let things wag unsa gani nang kanang ayaw ibutang sa, don't let tomorrow take care of what you have now,
Yes.
because tomorrow may never come.
And it's
But-
not promised, ladies.
Yeah, it's never assured. So don't postpone for tomorrow what you can do for today. Tomorrow is never assured. That's one thing that I learned. It's a very hard experience for me, but I cannot, even until now, that's why I say that grief comes in waves. Because one moment I'm okay, the next moment I'm not. The next moment I'm not. It is very hard. It is very, very difficult. And people who are close to me understand because they know what the relationship I had with my husband. He was my life, I was his life. We were together for 40 years and then God has other plans. We had so much dreams. We had so much plans for each other. In fact, ang among last yun, Miss March, na istorya was that we give each other 2 years more to work. And then
Did you
sila
all
mag-retire, ako mag-early retirement.
And then you tour around the
And
world.
then, not even that, Miss March, aside from travel, which we love doing together so much, what we nurtured in our dreams was to live in the province. We have a piece of land given to me by my aunt, and then we plan to have or something, kanang laid-back life. We just thought that we had almost enough of
Yes,
this
you have
hustle and
enjoyed.
bustle of the
Yes.
city. So we want a laid-back life. Unta. But then again, never.
Yes. Doc, when that phone call was made by a friend of your mom, did you know that something happened to that or you didn't?
As in, we really thought si mama wrong sa
There's something,
that happened to my mother. So, dali-dali na yun sa akong sister. Dali na siya, dali kay we have to go to mama kay
Sinita mo.
sinitabo dito. Then, pag-abot na mo,
When you entered the door, di ba your mom was here? So you were sitting on the seat, ma'am?
No, there is.
Then. When you opened that door, that sliding door, what was in your thoughts?
Naunsa si mama. Mara gid nga, how is mama? And then
And then-
pagtan-aw na mo sa iya nga
Okay man siya,
Kasi
nagilak naman siya.
downtrodden jud naunsa. And then mo na to nga ningon siya nga si papa niya.
So you understood it.
We understood it nga murag lahi na naglahi yun eh. This is
Ordinary. Your mom told me a while ago that you, she is very lucky because you thought of her than yourself. Okay, how was that so?
But for me and my sister, we talked it over. We have to support our mother first and foremost. I mean, we have each other, pero mama needs our support more than ever right now kay si papa. Kaya ang nahitabo is unexpected yung kayo for us. Kaya nang wajud mi kay kakuan nga. Because papa was very healthy. Wala, there were no signs ba? Wala, a heart attack yun is wag na siya kanang
Sa
right
traitor.
door yun na siya nga sakit. So kung sa pagka-healthy, you will never choose ma-healthy ka or kuan ka. You will never choose mo itong kuan nga ato sa supportahan si mama. So, we have each other but let's support mama because she needs our support the most. Yeah. Among gikuan mo converse me with papa gihapon like through prayers. Gusto rin please give us strength and support. Okay, we need to help mama get through this. Okay, so yun malalim ng papa.
She, di ba, during the morning time, di ba, I experienced this with my mom, kaya she had cancer. Di ba, pagkamatay yun kayo, there were people coming and also you were comforted. But I think the most difficult part,
After the
iglubong na.
interment.
And how did you cope?
It was very hard. It was very, very hard. In fact, I was not able to come to work for a period of, I think, almost 2 months. I was not able to come to work because I cannot grasp my being me. I don't know, I was lost. I was practically lost. But
Do you have depression?
I did. And then it was good that my kids have medical backgrounds.
Yes.
And then my child, my daughter is an occupational therapist.
Yes.
So she's very good at that counseling and things like that. So she was the one who encouraged me to see a psychiatrist.
You're very lucky. You have
I
these
am.
2 kids to help you.
I claim that. I really claim that. So I did. I went to a psychiatrist, but unfortunately, when she gave me the medication that I had to take, did not sit well with me. Lain ang side effects sa ako bitaw. I had a very difficult time coping up with that. So I stopped. And then I just realized that there is nobody who can help me better than myself.
Thank God.
I need to, yeah. So at the time, I have to be honest with you, Miss Marge. When this happened, my faith was shaken. It was really shaken.
How was it restored?
Maybe God was there all along, and He understood that I felt that way because I was depressed, because I was in deep grief, deep sorrow. So He helped me. He was the one who helped me go back to where I was before, when I strayed away from it. Because I am just like what I've said, I have so much faith in Him, and then I pray so hard. So I just said, Lord, help me cope up with this. This is your will. I cannot question your will. And then there was one auntie, an aunt of my husband, a spinster, but she never got married. And then she told me she was very strong. She was very close to my husband. And then I was expecting that at the time that she came over, the very first time she wake up sa aking husband, I was expecting a breakdown siya, they were so close with each other. But she did not even a tear. Because she said, I will not cry for the life that your husband had. He had a very good life. He had a very good career. He had a very good family.
That
And then,
really goes to you.
Yes, and what struck me most when she said that you should be thankful to God because everything that we have here is just borrowed from Him. He let you borrow for 40 years, a very good husband, a very good partner. You should be thankful for that. You had a very good 40 years of your life. Be thankful. Don't be greedy. God wants you back.
Correct,
It
no?
was a
Inutal,
realization.
no?
It was really a realization. It struck me and then, murag,
Kamangol ka na ako, no?
oh my
Selfish
God,
man
what did I
ako.
do? Why did I do that? Nga, kapag shaken ko sa akong faith, immediately I said, Lord, nagkuwang pabago ko sa akong prayer sa inyo. Ngay every time I pray, ang ako medyo first and foremost is my husband to keep him safe because of the nature of his job. Keep him safe, keep him protected, give him good health. Those are the things that I always ask from him. So when my faith was shaken, I said, Lord, kuwang pa di ay? Kuwang pa di ay? And then when I heard that from my auntie, I got that realization that I was too selfish. And then, instead of being grateful to God, nga gipakuwang ko niya, not other people are as lucky as I am when it comes to that, modesty aside. So, naghinay-hinay, Miss Marge, naghinay-hinay. But then, yeah, that's what I said. It never goes away. It never does. It still hit us.
Doc, what was the adjustment when Dad was not around? He was the man of the house.
Yeah, kalit yung man of the house kaya every time po marag somehow i-train ako ni Papa in a way kay every time he goes for work
You are the
marag
man
na
of
siya.
the house.
Iya gid kong i-remind na kuya you're the man of the house ha? Please take care of
What?
mama
Say
and
that.
every time
Every time.
marag karon nga na-real karon nga na
Wala na gid
wala
siya.
na jud wala marag mo na ang
It's not prayer that I'm the man of the house. Like, it's forever.
Or
Do you feel that's our responsibility?
it's a responsibility that I am willing to take it. It's kumurag second nature na nako ba kay train mo pa for it. Kumurag, because of the nature of this work lagi sa seaman so kana murag na train ko nga yung ana dapat be responsible with everything ikaw ang mag-manage kaya kung sa'yo kailangan buhat sa balay sa mga kailangan buhat ko so muna karon mga katong the time that what happened when it happened to Papa kung siya history na paay kabala ka I'm here thank you for training me for rearing me to this man that I am now ay nagkabala ka din ako na yung bahala that's it thank you for everything
Ang bitono, ako na bahala. Nakalikot na.
Grabe jud mi giagian.
What would you like to tell, o kung maka-special someone there, so what would you like to tell Mom?
I'll be here for you
How will you face him? Oh, what do you tell Mom?
I'll be here for you I mean naarahid mo yung siya lang
So, Mami, what would you like to tell to Doc?
First of all, Miss Mars, thank you for this opportunity.
Yes, makalila ka.
Yeah, grabe good ang among giagian. Anos Orbilis yun ang last year na mo.
What's that? That's Spanish. It's Latin.
Latin, I think, nga kanang the worst year, the worst year I've ever had. And then, just the other day, we went to the province, driving, chill lang kami, parang nag-unwinding lang. And then, we had a very good talk, me, my son, and my daughter in the car. And then, we cried, we poured our heart out again for the grief that we have. And then, we promised each other that we will be here for each other all the time, always and forever. And then I told them, don't let me be the don't be the hindrance of the success that you're going to attain for the lives that you both have. Ayaw ko ayaw dili ako ang makababag sa inyong mga lampo. I need you. That's a fact. I really need you. You are my life. Pero you have your lives also ahead. I just told them that Mom will always be here for them, no matter what age, no matter how much success they will have in their lives. Our home, their mom, will always be their home and their mom. Please come home anytime you want. Please take all the foods you want in the pantry, feel at home to get anything you want, because no matter where you go, no matter how successful you will be, no matter at what age that will be, our home and your mom will always be your home.
Original voice,
Original
mom
is
is home.
Yes,
And
mom
home-
is home.
And home is mom.
I will be waiting for you there any given time of the day, no matter in the wee hours of the morning, in the wee hours of the night, it doesn't matter. Mom will always be mom, and home will always be home.
Dok, samot ka di paminyo, anak.
Tama
Dok,
na.
samot ka, Dok, no? But I think, for all the viewers, kana you have a glimpse ba of how good a family you have. Kana raising someone like him, yeah, him loving you, him looking at you, him kind of thinking of you. So kanindot ana ang feeling, and I would like to thank you for this wonderful afternoon.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Miss
you.
Marge, for this opportunity. Thank you, and to the viewers, and thank you so much for this opportunity that we're able to share whatever story we have in our lives. May you find something to pick up in there that will be useful in your life ahead also. And with your permission, Da, Miss Marge, I would like also to mention my daughter, my
Yes, yes.
dearest daughter, who is as good as his brother is to me, a very loving, very caring daughter, Miss my Shaila Noel Monteroyo Mondragon. Anak, I wish you are here with us, but know always that as much as Kuya, we are very proud of Kuya. We are very proud of you also. And Mama and Papa are so blessed to have you in our lives.
Before we end this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to give a message to that someone who is now in heaven and who has given his 40 years with you. What would you like to tell him?
Baby, I know you are with us here. I felt that because my husband is my staunchest supporter. He has always been very proud of me, even the smallest achievements that we've had along with the kids. He is the one who is most proud of it. And I know you are here with us, baby, and I feel that in my heart. Know that you will forever be here, no matter what happened, no matter what God has planned for us ahead. You are still our patriarch, and you will always be the greatest captain in our hearts. I love you so much.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to see you all again for another episode of The Other Side of Me. Bye, everybody.
The other side of me.